Hi there YouTube, this is Steph Sharp from SNS Lofts. Today I'm here at Mickey Camplin's and Mickey's going to take us on a loft tour of his loft and show us his gorgeous birds. Right, so here we go. And right, would you like to just guide us through, Mick?
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent. Oh, look at that, it's nice and clean. Right, and this is your flying section, right?
This is my flying section. These are all my training boxes.
Right, okay, and then you've got, is that, what we're looking at, 6 plus 6, 12, 13?
Yeah.
Actually, 15 you've got, haven't you? 15 plus 17?
17.
17. Right, I'll take it, this is where you put the kits in there as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're all single. I only use these when I'm breaking young ones. I put two or three in to break them.
Yeah.
So I learn them to go in and out the flight.
Right, brilliant.
And then I also divide them up into the bottom.
Right, so
during
these,
the winter,
yeah,
I'll keep them loose like this.
Right.
All through the winter, right till Christmas, I'll keep them loose.
Right, oh, you've got some here as well. You're flying these, are you?
These are all finished now.
Right. And what you got? What you got in here?
There's some flyers in here.
Right.
1 or 2 flyers in here, and the stock bear.
Yeah, I could see that was older. The hen's at the bottom, the cockbird's at the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, beautiful.
These are 2 I played. This one.
Yeah. The checker.
And that one in the last competition.
Right.
And the Hawk had the other one.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, same old, isn't it? Same old.
I'd only got those 3.
Right.
And they're really good kit. They're done well.
Right. And at the top, is that where these are the droppers, huh?
Those are the droppers up there.
Right.
These are the pair. These pair breed with droppers all the year round.
All right. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I've got 2 in the nest now.
Right. Right. Okay. Brilliant. Excellent. Well, cleverly utilised, isn't it, Mick?
Pardon?
Cleverly utilised your space.
Yeah.
You've actually utilised this cleverly.
I had it made.
Yeah. Who made it for you? Years ago,
the
probably.
2 lads are dead now.
All right.
There was tumbler flyers.
Ah, right. Okay.
But there was the carpenters, and
yeah.
I had it especially because I used to have the pen across the back there.
Right.
The first pen, and they broke in.
Right.
So I decided to.
Oh, is that when you had your birds pinched about a few years? Good for you.
I've had them pinched twice.
Oh dear. Right. And now this is the breeding section.
This is my stock pen.
Right. Yeah. Follow you. Let's just follow you. Right. Excellent. Gorgeous birds, mate. Really.
I'll leave these are all loose for the winter. And the ends are, all the ends are on the bottom.
Right.
All my stock ends are on the bottom. I don't keep them in now as I used to.
Right. Let me just get in there. That's the hen section here. All the hens are at the bottom. Right. Brilliant. So you've got a print in there as well then?
Yeah, that's a really light throwback.
Yeah.
I didn't breed that. My friend Stevie Morris bred that.
Right.
But I've kept it for breeding because when he packed in.
Yeah.
It was Jack Boden.
Yeah.
He had a print, his world record print, but it was a drum print, not one of that.
Right.
And that's related to him.
Right. That print. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, there we go. Right. These are the hens, guys. Here. Right, excellent. That's really, really good. Right, I'm just going to get up here. Right, that's really nice. I really like them. They're very active, aren't they?
The what?
Active, very active.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. And where do you keep your seeds, your grains?
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's depurative.
That's what I'm trying on, depurative.
Yeah.
And then
that's breeding weed. Oh no, they're breeding weed.
Breeding weed.
Yeah.
And
there you got a bit of.
I'll give them a bit of seed every now and again.
Right, brilliant. I mean, I'm impressed with this system of flight. Could you show me outside how the workings of your flight?
How they what?
How do you work the flight? I've seen a lot of pulleys and everything.
I'll put these out and show you.
Yeah, yeah, go on, mate. I want to see them. Yeah, go on. Let me know that.
Go on.
Oh, look at them perk up straight away.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on then. There must be corn on the outside there.
There is.
Come on. Come on.
There we go.
Come on.
Brilliant. There you go. Right.
Come on. Come on.
Right. Right, get you. That's the pulley system up there. Right, so get you.
Come on. Come on. Come on in.
Right, very, very lovely system. There's no handling at all off the birds, off the droppers. Straight from the cage into the flight and up they go.
At night,
Yeah,
that's what you want them to do.
yeah,
They move backwards and forwards. Just don't forget you're talking about 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
of course you
It's
are.
really dark,
Yeah,
and you can attract the birds, attract your flyers, because obviously they're tired at that sort of time. And you've got to, try and get them to the pens. And the only way to do it is if you've got good droppers working, they'll work like that all the time.
yeah.
But to make them work like that, you've got to keep them hungry. Come on. Come on. Come on.
No, look at that. Everything is in sync, queued up.
Come on.
There we go, there we go.
Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
And the last two.
Come on in. Come on.
And then the last one coming
Come on.
in too.
Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on in.
And there you go. Brilliant. Look at it. You just saw the working of the droppers here just now. Mick has just shown that. Beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely. And that's discipline, guys. You just witnessed it yourself. Absolutely. It's just amazing. Just the way it should be. Brilliant. Credit to you, mate. Credit to you, mate.
Come on. And then you see.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on. 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 Come on.
A bit of persuasion there. Look at
Come
that.
on. Come on. Come on in. Come on.
There you go. All of them are back in there. Brilliant. Excellent. Excellent.
Come on.
Very good.
Those are young droppers what I bred this off them pair up there
Right.
this year.
Yeah, show me. Oh.
All these are light breeds. So
yeah, okay.
They won't be no good.
No.
They're flying.
No, not at all.
They're just light breeds, but like I say, it's all about the pedigree, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know,
it is.
That's the one. That's the big danger.
Yeah.
You'll have a good kit one day, the next day you ain't got a kit.
No, you haven't. No, it's true. Really true.
Have you been to Paul Green's?
I've been to, yeah, well, yeah, I was over there early on. Yeah, at Paul's.
Well, he'll probably tell you.
Yeah, same thing. Paul's, he was quite disheartened. Yeah, you know.
He gets it more, because mind you, he has a mate more.
Yeah, he's got
it every day.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Where with Tipplers, you don't.
Yeah.
You know, with his rollers.
Yeah.
And that's, it's a big problem.
No, he mentioned that you guys meet up on a Thursday. You go over there, don't you?
Yeah,
on a Thursday.
I go on a Thursday somewhere.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah. Lovely, Mrs. Green as well. A lovely lady. And yeah, nice, brilliant. So, your prize pigeon at the moment, which one you reckon that be out of those lot?
Pardon?
Your prize pigeon, your pair, which one will that be then?
There ain't no prize pair.
They're all prized.
There ain't no prize pair.
Right, okay.
You mean breeding pair?
Yeah.
No, there ain't no, you cannot tell.
Right, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
If you could tell, I mean, obviously each year, the flyers, you get all these people you visited who don't fly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now then, how do you know which pair is breeding any good and which pair isn't?
You haven't got a clue, have you?
I find out.
Yeah, because you fly them.
If ain't no good, I get rid of.
Yeah.
If they don't produce flyers, I get rid of them. I change them over each year. Change the pairs over each year. Unless I've got established pairs what I know are breeding flyers.
Yeah.
And then out of them flyers, out of their breeding pairs, I put back into others. You cannot tell. 1 year I had a pair who bred 6 young ones and they were all brilliant. Brilliant. The next year I paired them up early. None of the young ones was any good whatsoever.
Right.
That's why you cannot tell each year what they're gonna produce, because obviously they throw back.
Of course they do.
Like that print, that's been thrown back from years. Yeah. You know.
So no two hatch are the same anyway. So that's exactly what it is.
That's. I mean, if you knew what would breed good, you knew they'd all be good ones. You'd only need to keep so many pairs.
Absolutely.
You know they do the job.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes a little while to try and kit up to do 19 and 20 hours like. It takes a little more to find out which can do the job.
Absolutely.
You know? You don't just put a kit up and it takes time. You've got to keep changing them. You've got to find out what's any good and what isn't any good, because if you've got some rubbish, or you breed some rubbish, and you keep breeding with those pigeons, they're just going to breed the rubbish. It's like a racehorse, isn't it? What do you think? Millions of pounds for a racehorse if he ain't no good.
True.
But you never know. With all breeding, with these dogs, cats, or whatever, you cannot tell what they're going to produce. But that's the only way, is breeding best to best, that you have a chance of good whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I've got plenty of questions to ask you. That's why we're going to sit indoors, have a look at your diplomas and your trophies, and I've got plenty to ask you. And it's just for the people out there, and I'm sure that people all over the world who are going to be watching this, they've been trusted to know. And it's obviously giving back. For me, it's giving back to the sports, to the Tippler sport itself. Yeah. You know, and I think that's most important, because people, I'm not going to name people, but majority of the people just take. They don't really know how to give back. So, but it's nice to know that, it's nice to see that when I go to meet people like yourself, others, you know, it's nice to see them, and you know, and it's nice for us to get that documented for the future generations to come. And let's hope, fingers crossed, that you know, the sport remains, you know, with the ever lurking threat of love.
Well, the ex-secretary Brian Rose, he just coming back onto the council now.
All right, okay, excellent.
He's put his name down for council because I mean, Brian's, I think he's 83 now. And,
a lovely chap, Brian Rose.
Huh?
A lovely chap.
Yeah, he's
whenever you phoned him, whenever I phoned him, he was always there, ever so helpful.
yeah, he is.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, he's been a good secretary, and he's kept the money side of it right, and the interest.
Yeah.
It's just a matter that a lot of the people go on the council, they haven't got no interest. They've got no interest in doing anything, working. I mean, I worked for the camp over 30, 40 years. I was president, chairman, I've done the lot. You know, it's just that there comes a time when you know,
yeah, you've got it on your boots, isn't it? And you can't do everything.
All I wanted to do was fly, just to be, I want a flyer, like, but there's certain times in your life, I mean, I'm coming 80 now.
Right, bless you.
And you begin to, your memory goes, you can't, you know, sometimes it takes me a long while to clean out, I have to go down, sit down.
Yeah.
You know, I can't get my breath and all that sort of thing. It's, it comes to everybody. But, like I've said years ago, when you're talking about, especially Bristol was the biggest area for pigeons in the world, without a doubt. Me and my younger brother used to go to Bristol and referee on a fly day, not a fly day, a club fly, not a national fly. And there used to be, in Brian Rose's club, when I first introduced the newsletter, there was 16 in his club. Right. In the Southmead club, there were 30 or 40 in the Southmead club, and they'd all be on the corners, 10, 12, 14 people, all refereeing different kits of pigeons. Where all that's gone.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's all gone. I mean, in Bristol there's no tipple flyers now. Not what fly competition anyway. You know, but I mean, a lot of the clubs now, you know, they've all gone to pot. Nobody wants nobody wants to fly. The youngsters are not coming into it because they start in it and then the peregrine hits them a few times.
And that's it.
And they just chuck it in.
Shall we go and have a look at some of your diplomas? And what are you going to be showing me the diplomas now? Yeah, go on, let's have a look.
What year is that?
That's that's 67.
Yeah.
That's that's 6867, and that second prize 12/47. That's an August Youngbird competition.
Yeah. Wow. How many years is that?
That's what are you looking at? That's about 50 years.
How many?
50.
50 years.
50 years, yeah. Well, there you go, guys. Look, that's a 50-year-old diploma. Right, and that's the treasure trove. Sit down. Yeah, these are diplomas. That's 81. You did 19/16 on that, mate.
These are some of the 19 hours.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's 61, 81, and this is 76. You did 1920, 2002, 1931, and we've got some here. That is 1943. And that's a club one as well. That's 1912, 1702. That's in. That's a 5th place. And this is 1996. Brilliant. I mean, I can see that you've got a bag full of them. You've got a bag full of them, mate.
Yeah. What's that one on there?
That's 1990. Long day. Fly with them, Camplin, 20/4 minutes. Yeah. And you've got them all over, haven't you? If you look at them. Yeah, I know. And these are some which are everything here, guys. Look, have a look. That's Mick's trophy collection. Some of it.
These are what they made. These here.
Go on.
They were especially made for the coronation.
Yeah. I can see them. Yeah.
And then there's these, you know, I've got hundreds of, two or three hundred upstairs
that's
in
96,
the attic.
20 over 12. Yeah, there we go. That's where most of them are, aren't they? So that's yeah. But you know, you've seen some of those diplomas anyway. So it's no, it's an honour to see these, mate. It's an honour to be here today with you. And now for some commonly asked questions, and I'm sure the Tippler fans out there in the world, all parts of the world, would be fascinated to know your view and your take on it. Now, Mickey, how did you become associated with Tipplers, and how long has it been?
How I got interested in Tipplers was there used to be a paper called the Black Country Bugle. And in the Black Country Bugle there used to be the results of the National Tippler Union.
Right.
And I used to see these times, what they'd done, and I just couldn't believe that pigeons could fly them sort of times. And I was so fascinated about it when I used to read the results of the National Tippler Union in the Black Country Bugle. And when I found out that Jack Boden only lived in Handsworth, I went to see him. And I watched his birds fly, and I watched them fly at night, and I couldn't believe that I've never seen birds fly in the dark. People wouldn't believe it. And anyway, I asked him if I could buy some birds, and he actually gave me 2 pair, and that's how I started. I didn't live here then, I lived in Cherry Street, the other side of Wolverhampton. Right. And my first fly was that, as you've seen on the diploma.
Yes, I've seen it, 67.
1957, I think it was.
67.
67.
Yeah.
1967. And I was in the Warsaw Club. The Warsaw Club was the only club in the area then.
Right.
The Warsaw Club and the Burning Club were the only 2 clubs in the area. Anyway, I used to get the bus to Warsaw and go to the meetings and so on, and I entered the first fly. I won the club fly, and on that particular day I beat Jack.
Right.
And on the Sunday, myself and Paul Boden, we used to visit Jack in a pub, and Jack used to always talking about pigeons. He was a barber, Jack was, in his professional life. Right. And we used to go and visit Jack and have a drink down there, then I'd go home after. But he used to always go down there. I think it was called, the pub was called the Uplands. Right. In Handsworth. But me and Paul used to go and visit him and that, and you know, we both had his pigeons. He had a different line to me, and that's how I started. You know, and from then on,
you never look back.
I never looked back really. But today the conditions of Tippler flying is completely different. I mean, in them days, the only people at the Peregrine was Swansea, and then it moved up to Bristol. Right. We used to visit Swansea during the close season, have a minibus, and we used to go round Swansea, see Billy George, he held the world record, and his brother. And we used to visit different people, and Gordon Hughes, we used to visit Gordon Hughes in Derby, and we used to generally, weekends, the lads used to get, we used to get a boat or a car, and we used to go off, like, you know, real keen, real, it was real keen. Nothing was too much trouble. Nothing.
I can imagine. Yes.
Especially in Swansea, we used to do well in Swansea. We used to have an enjoyable time in Swansea. But like I said, when we used to see the results come through, and you seen on the results peregrine attack, we didn't understand what it was. It didn't bother us because we never had it. Yes. We never had it. When it come to Bristol, and it wiped Bristol out, they were the biggest clubs in the country. Nobody got bigger clubs and more members than they had in Bristol. And it eventually wiped them out. They used to be on the gorge. They were getting rid of 1 or 2, but And they then put the cameras up, and there's nothing they could do about it.
No. So, how do you settle your tipplers?
How do you mean?
How do you settle them, your youngs? You know, when you wean them and when you actually settle them on the loft.
What I do, have you seen in the cages?
Yes.
I used to put my young ones in the cages and put so many droppers with them in the bottom, and keep them with them all the time.
Right.
And keep them hungry. Open the cage, get them into the flight with the droppers all the time. Keep them in the flight half a day or whatever, depending on the weather was. I wouldn't put them in if it was bad weather. Get them out, get them in. Get them out, get them in. So they're used to that flight, up and down, up and down. They know the flight because they've got to see where they are. The big trouble is when you're breaking tipplers is, especially with a flight, is when you open the flight and they go straight out and up. Normally, if they're not hungry enough and they don't react to the droppers, they've gone. But they've got to be really hungry, and you've got to keep them like that, really low, for a week or so. So that once you've got them out onto the top of the pen, down the pen, on the pen, and once they've started to fly around the pen, you can then build them up a bit, so they've got strength to fly, because they wouldn't have strength to fly. They'd just have to random straight down or wherever they may be. And I used to then build them up gradually, and then once I'm satisfied that they know where they are, then I'd loose them in the flight on their own, without the droppers. Open the flight, up they go. If they didn't go up, I'd whack them up. And then if they started to roam off, or get too far or too high, I'd then put the droppers out and try and get them down as quick as possible. So they gradually knew where they were. And that's the way I used to break my droppers.
So what traits are important when you are selecting a kit? When you're selecting a kit to fly, what do you look for in the birds?
What I look for, a lot of people have got different ideas. They say, some people say, that if they don't react to the droppers, I mean, obviously they're young, they don't even know what the droppers are properly for a few weeks. But I look for the pigeons what don't want to come. The pigeons what come straight down when the droppers, I don't bother them. Right? People say, well, they're doing their job, they're doing what you've asked them to do. But that's not exactly right.
Right.
Not in my experience anyway.
No.
The pigeons what want to go on, and it's hard to drop, them are the pigeons.
Right.
And once say you put 6 young ones up, and 3 out of them 6 want to carry on, and the other 3 come down quick. It's not always happens like that, but that's what I look for, and that's what I've proved to myself, is how to pick a kit out of 6. If 3 want to drop quick and the other 3 want to go on. It's them 3 what want to go on, them are your pigeons.
Right. And when do you begin training them?
When?
Yeah.
Well, once they've been around for a week or so, flying around, and I start to build them up, and they start to do an hour or 2 hours, that's to start the training. Once they do that, I then put them in the training boxes. Because at the moment they're not in training boxes, they're just loose.
Right.
Once I'm satisfied that they know where they are, then in the training boxes, and I start training them properly, without the droppers.
Right. And how do you know when your tipplers are in form, when they hit form?
By the performance.
Right.
Obviously the normal things is the white wattles.
Right.
The key plumage on him.
When you say wattle, what do you mean by that?
The wattle is the white things here. Sometimes they're grey.
Right. Yeah.
They should be white.
Right.
When they're white,
yeah,
you see the droppings are firm, not sloppy.
Right.
Those are the normal things you look for to say the pigeon's getting fit. And open the wings up, see the plumage on him.
Yeah.
He's got plumage all over him. you know that pigeon's coming right. Those are the normal things you look for.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that is. I mean, hats off to you there. So now, which do you rather fly in competition? Hens, cocks, or a mix, and why?
I don't fly a mix unless I've got to. Unless I've got nothing else to fly.
Right.
Only 2 cocks on one end, then you ain't got no option. But I like to fly cocks.
Right.
But with the Boden breed, hens are the best.
Right.
Without any doubt, hens are the best. The only trouble with Boden hens, especially when they're a year, 2 years old, and you've still got them to fly, they come in egg very quick. They've only got a head of cock.
It's true, it's true.
And they come in egg.
It is true.
That's why I've always fed cocks, because you don't have that problem.
Right.
But without any doubt, hens fly fantastic. They fly higher and they fly closer than cocks.
And now just touching dark training now, do you train to or into the dark? And what is your method of dark training your birds?
Dark training. I start dark training with young birds. Young birds will train to dark. If you don't train young birds to dark, the following year it's a lot harder, because they don't respond like a young bird will learn very quick. So I train my young birds to dark. What I normally do is, say it gets dark at 7 o'clock at night, just after Christmas or whatever time we start training. I always start training just after Christmas. Then I get they're there for their yearlings in, so these young birds have already seen the dark. So I let them do an hour, 2 hours before dark. I loose them out. Right? Not the birds aren't well, they're just hungry but not well.
Right.
So don't keep it, because if you get them well and you miss them, they're finished. Once you miss a bird in the dark, he's finished.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
I've tried them over and over again. They've come, I've missed them, I've tried them. 1 o'clock in the morning, no problem, they've come. Put them in the competition, they've gone. Because they haven't got that day's fly behind them.
No.
That is... young birds will train a lot easier to dark than
older birds.
Yearlings. And once they've trained to dark, they know what it's all about. It's just a matter of routine. It's just a routine. And so, you know, having enough birds and having a selection. What say the hawk has one, and you've already got a kit of 3 and he's had one of them. It's very hard to put another bird into that kit, because them 2 birds won't fly with it. Normally, for a bit, they don't want to fly with it.
No.
Because they don't know it.
Right, no, brilliant. Now, I mean, obviously, do you use the lights you use? What sort of lights are there? How many lights have you got on top of your loft for the for dark training?
2 500 watt
halogen lamps.
Halogen lamps.
Right. Okay. Now, do you use any artificial means in your loft to affect the flight feather molt of your birds, like a darkening system? You know, like the racing folk.
I have done the darkening system.
Oh, you have actually.
Yes.
Oh, let's hear about it.
And the dark system does work.
Right.
I've heard a lot of people, racing men and different people, say the dark system all right, but as yearlings, as they grow older, they're no good. Well, I haven't found that. I found it to be a brilliant, but it is a time-consuming job.
Right.
It's not something that you can just do one day and not do that. You've got to do it properly.
Yeah.
You have to keep the young birds right from when you part them from the old birds into the cage, all darkened off.
Right.
They can't see nothing. Right? All they have to see, all I'm allowed to see, is 8 hours daylight a day.
Right.
So you have to work it to when you're going to train and how long you're going to keep them in the dark. In other words, say you keep them until 12 o'clock dinner time. Then you open them up and then they've got 8 hours daylight. So within that 8 hours daylight, that's when you got to train them. And you keep them like that, and what happens is, they molt all the body feathers.
But not the flight.
Right? But they don't molt the primaries.
Yeah.
So, when they're about 12, 15 weeks old, they look like old birds. You cannot believe how they look. Because, and the birds you haven't got on dog train, roughly the same age, they'll look like a bag of rags.
Right, yeah.
Because they're naturally molting. The birds you dog train, you're forcing them.
Yeah.
So, and when you finish dog training and finish flying, you then have to get them through the molt, because they have got a molt. So you then have to leave the lights on as long as possible, all day and half the night, well, until you go to bed.
Right, yeah.
And that light then helps them to molt.
Brilliant. And what's your system of dropping the birds, and what type of droppers do you keep, and why do you keep that particular strain?
Well, I keep ordinary tumblers, cross tumblers,
right,
white tumblers.
Cross with what?
Cross with white tumblers that are bought.
Right, so okay.
I don't know what they are, but they're not panto.
No.
I don't believe in panto because they won't work.
No.
A lot of people have had them, and I've seen people have them, and they're throwing corn and they're just sitting there. The pigeons, your droppers, are as important as your flyers, because they have to work. If they don't work, they're no good to you. They aren't doing the job what you want them to do, and that's to attract your birds which are flying in the night.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you won't even see them. They'll go over, and you'll hear them, and you've missed them. You know, and you have to wait again.
Yeah.
It depends what sort of noise it is. It's a bad night, it's hard to find them. If it's a good night, you'll see them, no problem. But they'll always come looking round the pen. And if they're a good kit and they know the job, they'll come looking and then off they'll go again.
Right.
And they'll do that hour after hour. They'll come looking, nothing out, off again.
What do you feed your flyers? I mean, what determines your selection of grains and seeds you use?
It's all about feeding.
Yeah.
There's not a routine in feeding. There's not a routine in mixture of corn or mixture of seed. It's the way you think. The way you think. In other words, if my young birds are in training and they've only done an hour or two and they're looking rough, I know them birds aren't well enough. As soon as I see that sort of action, I'll drop them. Then I'll give them a good feed when they come in and keep them in a day. You'll find the next day they'll react different altogether. And it's all about judgment. Everything is about judgment. It's the corn. You have what they call a feeder.
Measure.
A measure. And the only thing you change with that measure is not the amount. The only thing you change is the quality of that seed. In other words, if I feed them, I'm training on deputives for a week or so, maybe a fortnight, and I see the way they fly to build them up.
Right.
And there's only one day them pigeons, those young birds, need a stretch, and that's the fly day. If you give them too much, or they do too much, when you put them out on the fly day, they'll just fly ordinary, and they don't want to know. It's all about the owner himself, how he looks, how he interprets what he's got.
And how do you care for the birds once they are back after a fly?
How do I?
You care for them. How are they cared for? How do you look after them when they come back from a flight?
Yeah.
How do you look after them? What do you do?
Well, when I've dropped them and they've done a good fly, I'm in the boxes. I feed them seed for the first time they come in. Then I'll feed them mixed corn the following night and the following night, then mix it again to build the body back up, because obviously they'd have lost some weight, depending on the weather. If it's an hard day, they'll lose weight. If it's a good day, you won't know they've lost any weight.
Right.
And then I'll then give them Epsom salts. I'll give them a measure. I'll put a measure of Epsom salts in a jug, boil the water, let it cool off, and I'll give them once a week a drink of Epsom salts, and that clears them out.
Right.
Then you start back on the training on the Tipplers. So I'll keep them in for about 6-7 days after a fly. If they've done a good fly, if they ain't done a good fly, you can have them out 2 or 3 days after, no problem. It all depends on the way you see the pigeons.
Right. And do you give Epsom salts only during training or throughout the year?
Throughout the year.
Throughout the year. And what would it be, every fortnight or?
After a feed, I'll give them a dose of Epsom salts, and you always take the water away.
Right.
You never have to. You don't. The only time I leave the water there is the Saturday, when the sun is on the fly. On the Saturday night, I leave the water there, and then when I get up, an hour before the competition, I put the lights on, shake the water in case I want another drink.
Yeah.
Because the water is most important.
It is. So you've got to keep them hydrated, don't you?
What happens is, you see, if you leave the water there all the time, you can do, a lot of people do, but I don't. Because if you do that, the pigeons know they can drink any time. Now if they was to drink very early, and 12 hours before the fly or more, when they should have another drink, they won't drink.
No. No. The thirst won't be there. Yeah. And what else you feed? What else you give them throughout the year in terms of, like, you know, people give cider vinegar, they give tonics and all that. Nothing.
I don't. Years ago, I used to use all sorts. I don't use nothing like that at all.
All right.
No.
And what about do you jab your birds really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I use Johnson's tonic for flying.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use Johnson's tonic. I think that's good.
Now, how big are your lofts, and what is your loft management system? And how many pigeons in total do you house at any one time?
Well, all I hold is normally 10 or 12 stock birds.
Right.
I don't. That's what I keep. I used to keep a lot more years ago because I used to sell a lot abroad. Right. But I don't do it too much. I don't keep that many now. I just keep 10 pairs. Lots of people keep phoning me that I can't supply everybody, can you? No. Anyway, I keep 10 pair, and each year the birds what haven't produced good pigeons, in my opinion, I then change them over. Right. And I change them over each year. What don't produce good pigeons? What I think is good pigeons. Right.
And is there any special sort of lighting system you've got in your loft, or is it just standard lighting?
Just standard lighting.
Right, right. And what about the air? I mean, I've seen the flight; it opens right into the loft itself, so the airflow is quite good anyway. So now, I mean, I'm talking about the ventilation system throughout.
Well, on the outside of my pen, you'll see boards what I put up during the winter.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's a 4-inch. A 4-inch gap all the way around the pen with mesh, so there's ventilation in the pen all the while. In the summer, in the winter, I put the boards up. Yeah. I've stopped the rain blowing in. Right. And I keep them up all the time. Brilliant. Once the weather gets better, I'll press them boards down, and the ventilation goes through them big panels. Brilliant. And then I've got the ventilation on the bottom of the pen, what they call them?
The vents.
Vents. Yeah. Vents all the way around. Iron vents. Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Now on to breeding. Now, Mickey. I mean, you said you keep 10 to 12 pairs, don't you? Or is it 10 to 12 birds?
I keep 10 pair. 10 to 12 pairs.
All right. 10 to 12 pairs now. Now, what is the method by which you breed? Do you do family pairing or best to best?
Oh yeah, well, this is the point I got to you before. Right. People don't fly, right, how can they put best to best?
That's exactly.
They don't know.
No. Point, fair
But
point.
I do.
Yes.
And that's what you've got to do. You cannot tell what you're breeding if you don't know. Sometimes I breed, if somebody's, I have people in Croatia and Dubai who buy pigeons off me, and in America and all places, all different places. So if I have somebody wants to buy some pigeons, I breed early.
Right.
So the first round and the second round, if there's orders for them, they're gone, right? Because even if I didn't have any buyers, and they want those first round pigeons, they'd be no good whatsoever.
Right.
Why wouldn't they?
Because you don't know what the outcome is.
There'd be no good whatsoever, because by the time the fly come round in July, there'd be a bag of rags.
Right. Yeah.
Right. The ideal to breed is round about the 10th of February. So your young birds are 15 weeks old on the 1st of July. Right?
Yep.
Your birds are perfect then. Round about 14, 15 weeks old on the first fly. But if you breed early, like I do, not for myself.
No, for obviously
Christmas.
Yep.
Right. If I was to keep them birds, I could train them and all that, but they'd be no good till the following year. I wouldn't be able to find young birds, because they wouldn't be fit enough. They wouldn't be healthy. They'd be just a bag of rags. And in the summer, when old pigeons are that age, they molt very quick. I've had them in the boxes ready to fly the week before. By the time the fly comes back, just a week, then they're impossible to fly because of the condition of them.
How close is too close in your breeding program?
I don't breed very close at all. I don't believe in close breeding at all. I breed best to best. I don't breed father to daughter or nothing like that.
Right, not grandfather to
grandfather, yes, but not father or anything like that.
Right.
I don't breed close at all.
Right, so it's an in family, but not.
That's right. It's an in family, but it's not that close.
No. Okay. Well, fair enough. And what do you feed your breeders? And does the diet change during the winter months? So every seasonal. Do you change the seeds? Do you change the diet?
I don't change it at all.
Right.
I just feed. I feed depuratives. So many days on depuratives, and so many days on mixed corn.
Right.
I just change it according to because they get very fat when they're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Especially the stock birds. And obviously, when you start breeding, those birds need to be fit. If they're like that, they're no good at all. So you've got to get them down. You've got to really get them hungry, and you'll see them flying about. You know, you've got to get them hungry to lose their weight. You must get the weight right on them.
Right. Now, have you ever had any other strain of tipplers? And with obviously it's the obvious. What is your favourite tippler strain, and why is it your favourite tippler strain?
Well, I've always had the Boden breed. Jack Boden, not Paul Boden.
No, Jack.
A lot of people get mixed with Paul and Jack.
Yeah, it's Boden and Bowden, which they don't understand that either, do they?
Pardon?
It's Boden, one's Bowden.
Yeah.
So they don't understand that. Because it sounds similar.
I sold all Paul Boden's pigeons at the auction.
I'm aware,
Right.
yeah.
Now, they fetched a lot of money, £6,000 I think they
That's a lot of money.
But a lot of people thought that Paul was Jack's son.
This is true. That's absolutely true. You're right. You're right.
You know,
yeah.
A chap from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
I've sold him pigeons. He's been here. He buys and sells. I don't know what he does, but he buys and sells.
Right.
There's some people up north.
Yeah.
There's Indians. I forget their name. They've been here several times. They've got people in Birmingham.
They're from. I think I know who you're talking about.
They keep hundreds of pigeons.
Yeah, I know.
And they don't, apparently they don't even have them out. You know, everybody's there's a chap in Willington, he's a really keen bloke. He spent a lot of money here, and I've tried to show him and everything, but he doesn't know how to deal with them. Do you understand what I mean?
I get you. They're just collectors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just, you know,
Yeah.
It fascinates to me just to why they spend this money and just throw it away.
Now moving on from that, now any suggestions that might improve the Tippler sport in your opinion?
That might?
That might improve it?
I'll kill all the peregrines.
Fair do, fair do, fair do, fair do. I think that's, yeah, that'll bring a lot of people back in, wouldn't it?
Without any doubt, the peregrine is the biggest cause of you know, the downfall in the sport, without any doubt whatsoever. Right. I mean, look at all those people you've interviewed, and none of them fly.
No, because of the same thing. That's the only
none
factor.
Of them fly.
Peregrine made them pack up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Now, top 3 tips.
Same as Eric. When you go to Eric's.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was cleaner than Eric. Eric's birds used to look beautiful. I couldn't believe how he could drop them when they were so fit.
Right.
But he used to have to wait. I've got a tape as well of the national show in 1969 or so.
Right.
And I interviewed all the different flyers and so on and so on. And I interviewed Eric because I wanted to know. I mean, the 3 birds he fed 20 hours twice with, those my birds. He fetched them from here.
Right.
He said, am I being taped?
You are being taped.
No, I won't say what I'm going to say then. You know, and he fetched them from here, and he done fantastic with them. Yeah,
I think that was the old way, isn't it? That you know, you loan things out to friends and whatnot.
Yeah. You see, I've got 2 nationals. I won the Midland section with old woman, old bird fly, and I come 5th national in the last one old bird, young bird fly, and I would have done another good fly. I'm really convinced of it because I know them birds was fantastic. I know. You see, when you've been flying, you know when you've got a good kit, and you know when the pigeons are no good.
True.
I can tell right away whether the pigeons are any good, whether they're going to produce or they're not.
Right.
That's experience. That experience will tell you that.
Top stuff. Now, top 3 tips from your experience with tipplers. So, topmost 3 tips I want you to give as a result, you know, as a lifelong experience with the birds.
Well, like I did, and many others, if I was starting out, I'd first of all go into it and find out a lot about it before you selected buying any pigeons. And I would buy young birds of a proper tippler flyer. Somebody what's done what you know over the years, have done the times, and the breed is there. Obviously they don't just come out like that. You have got to find it out yourself. Everything you've got to do in tipplers or any other sport, you have got to find it out. There's no such thing. I've heard people have asked me, and I've done it many times, but that isn't it. Is, can you give me a feed up? There is no such thing as a feed up. You do it the way you think. You do it the way your pigeons respond. If your pigeons don't respond to the way you're feeding, then you need to change it. Because obviously, and the simple thing to do is a measure. All you do with a measure, you change the quality, not the quantity. In other words, if you was to feed your young birds, or old birds, good quality corn, every time you fed them, you'd never control them when you put them out for training. They'd just fly and fly and fly until they want you to come. If you put them on a training mixture and you keep them on that, they'll come when you want them to, not when they want. They'll come looking, and you will drop them when you want them. But if you was to feed them good corn or good seed every night, you just wouldn't be able to control them. You've got to be able to control your birds. You've got to know what you're doing. And obviously, if you're starting with a young bloke, a lot of them start, different people, and they don't know nothing about them, how to feed them and all that. And that's where the problem is. They loose them out and they say, well, they're no good, they've gone on the roof. They go on the roof for a while, but for a reason. They don't do it just because they want to go on. They do it for a reason. It's like many years ago when I used to fly hens, and one of the hens would be an egg. Right, that pigeon would fly and fly and fly, drop on the roof, lay the egg, to roll off, and off you go again. But you're too late then, you're finished. I've had them come on the pen and lay an egg and it's rolled off. That's one of the reasons I don't like to fly hens, because they come in egg very, very quick.
They do, especially the Bodens.
Pardon?
Especially the Boden hens.
Yeah, especially Boden hens.
Yeah. No, definitely. Now, I mean, obviously there was a message for the novice there, but now, sincerely, your own words, again, a message you can give for the novice.
For a novice?
Yes, for the novice.
Well, like I said, for a novice, the first thing I would do, there's lots of people who've got pigeons and what you could get, but you need to get some history about the sport. In other words, who's doing the times? What sort of pigeons has he got? How long has he had them? What sort of breed are they? Are they all crosses? Because once you start crossing them, you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. It's impossible. If you cross a Boden with something else, you don't know what you're going to get. But if you have a purebred, and there ain't many purebreds about today, I'll tell you now.
No, they're not. No.
You know. But the Boden pigeon, in my opinion, is they're easy to break, they're easy to train, they're the best bird. I mean, I can't vouch for any other breed because I've never had them, so I can't tell on other breeds of pigeons. I can only talk about the Boden pigeon.
It's amazing. Now we've come to end of our time with you here, Mickey. Thank you very much indeed for having us here today, and it's been a pleasure, and thank you for showing us around your loft and sharing all this wealth of information, and also putting some facts right, some myths that you've laid them to the ground, and you've actually put some records straight, which I'm really, that was my personal goal. So I'm really happy that you've done that. Now, thank you very much indeed. Now it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Okay.